Hello YouTube, how you doing today? Today's subject, response to Sam Smith's writing DNA. What makes us different? Why do some of us hate motorcycles and some of us love motorcycles? I'm just gonna wait. And the answer that I come up with is a fairly simple one. For me, when I got hooked on riding, I was about 6-7 years old, and my great uncle on my grandmother's side, my grandmother's brother, came down from Washington on his Harley, and he took me and my sister out for a ride. Now, I was a pillion, of course, and so I didn't actually get to maneuver the bike myself, and I didn't until I went to my motorcycle training course ever get to maneuver the bike myself. Now, I had toyed around with the idea of a sports car, and I never really wanted a big truck. I'm not a fan of trucks. And my SUV, my Blazer, is almost a little bit too big for me. I don't like big vehicles, I guess you could say. And I did have a sports car for a little while, a little 89 Camaro with a V6 in it. Nothing special, nothing super sporty. It was just a sports car body. And I had a Mustang, but it was a 4-cylinder Mustang, so I don't even really classify that as a Mustang. And I know quite a bit about sports cars. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. But I like sports cars. In the same way that I like sports bikes. And when I first toyed around with the idea of getting a motorcycle, my first thought was get a Ninja. Because I like the looks of the Ninja, and this was back in mid-90s. So the Ninja there was, to me, looking pretty good. And the more I thought about it, and not being able to afford a bike right then, the more I got to thinking, you know, if I got a sports bike, I'd probably end up doing some stupid shit and killing myself. So, in the meantime, I got to looking at other bikes and everything, and I got to thinking to myself, you know, I'm a really big fan of the old school, like World War II style bikes. And so that's what I was originally looking at, was something in the seat is level with the tank type genre. And so I eventually did get some cash, and I was able to pay $400 or $500 and pick up a 1979 Kawasaki KZ1000. And this isn't the first generation KZ, but it is pretty early. And it didn't run. The carbs were off of it. The airbox was off of it. When I got it, the chain was off. There was no battery. It's just a list of things that were just wrong with it. And I got to looking around at it, and I got to seeing how it worked and everything about it. And it had the option of electric start or kickstart. And so I'm looking through it and everything, and I'm just absolutely falling in love with the mechanics of it. The engineering behind these two-wheeled vehicles. Now, I liked the motorcycles originally just because they were fun. That's what my thought process was on it. I liked it because it looked fun, it felt fun, it was fun, riding pillion behind my great uncle. And every chance I got to ride a motorcycle, pillion, of course, I took it. And I rode on my uncle's Harley and on the back of a Goldwing, and there was a world of difference between them. And I can honestly say that though the Goldwing was more comfortable, it didn't seem to me as much fun as the Harley. And I never particularly wanted a Harley. It just wasn't for me. My sister, she would love to ride one, but she would never ride one herself. She wouldn't pay to get a motorcycle or anything like that. And at present, she really can't. Because of her chronic migraines, she actually cannot even have a driver's license. It feels like my coat is riding up against my helmet. So that being the case, I get the bike. I don't suffer from the same malady she does. And I really like the bike. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And she likes motorcycles too. She just can't ride one and has really no desire to get one. My girlfriend likes motorcycles. My girlfriend's daughter was extremely scared to ride at first, but I took her to a parking lot, put her on the pillion, and just tooled around the parking lot where I did my motorcycle training class. So nothing spectacular, and we never exceeded 25 miles an hour at any point during that ride. So it was just kind of relaxed and everything. Then one day I decided, you know what, I'm going to take her to school on the bike. So I made sure she was in long pants and a coat and had her helmet and all that good stuff. And I took her to school on the bike, just through town. And she absolutely loved it. But through the parking lot and on a road with no traffic was not much to her taste. But when I took her through town on the bike, she fell in love. Now she's considering a motorcycle, but at the same time she's also not. The reason being is she wants to have her driver's license for a few years before she even considers taking the motorcycle training course. And it's one of those, if the DNA's in your blood, even a little bit, you'll desire it. If you have any motorcycle riders in the family, chances are you'll end up riding motorcycles yourself. Like, I didn't find this out until afterwards, but my grandmother on my mother's side was actually an ex-bike cop, which I found extremely interesting. And my uncle on my mother's side is also a motorcycle rider. My uncle on my father's side, my grandmother's brother, was a bike rider as well. My father and his brothers used to ride dirt bikes a lot. And my father, he's more into sports cars. He's never been big on motorcycles. In fact, he told me if I ever go down to where he lives, which I believe is, God, I can't remember, one of the Carolinas. But either way, he's over on the East Coast. He said, if you ever come, or don't ride your bike down here, they aim for you. My thoughts on that subject are, they aim for you everywhere. Because while cagers may not see you, in a sense of where you're actually at, they will look at you. And that's just really strange. It's a little bit off to me. That cagers will actually look at you, but not see you. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. If you've got family that's going to ride, or if you've got family that's rode or has ridden or is riding, then chances are you're going to end up riding yourself. Acquired taste, if you will. That's enough.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. Ride safe, my brothers. Ciao.